Let's finish the 2023 Fat Quarter Shop Designer Mystery Block of the Month. I don't know what else to do. This is probably worst case scenario. Hi everyone, it's Hannah Catherine Smith with Edie's Craft Room here, and I am so excited to finish up this quilt I have been working on for 12 wonderful months. Now this may look familiar to some of you who have also been participating, but I know I love seeing all of the different Block of the Month programs that are going on, so hopefully for those of you who didn't join in on this one, you'll get just as much excitement out of it as I am. As I said before, this quilt program is run by Fat Quarter Shop, and it features one block each month designed by a different designer. So it's really cool to look and see all of the different blocks I have made over the past year. Now, I also purchased the setting pattern and fabric that Fat Quarter Shop provided. So that's these blue fabric squares and the green and white additions to make everything kind of look like it's on point, which is also cool. And then I also purchased the backing from them. Although, of course, as Lori Holt says, you are the boss of your own quilt, so totally up to your design ideas and what you envision for something like this. But I really liked what Fat Quarter Shop put together, so that is how I decided to proceed with this quilt. Now, over the last 12 months, I have just been completing the block that is sent to me every month. It comes in a little package, and it has all of the fabric that you need to complete that block as well as the pattern. I believe after tax and shipping, it comes out to $21.97 each month for me in the United States. And so that is what I have been paying for the past 12 months. Then the setting, fabric, and pattern is an additional amount, as well as obviously the backing. In between block 11 and block 12, I decided to take all of the blocks that I have previously completed and put them into the finishing setting. And so now we're just waiting on that last block. I wanted to put myself into a position where when I got that last block in the mail, I could immediately create it, finish off this quilt, put the borders on, and send it off to the long arm quilter because I absolutely love it and I cannot wait to use it in my home. It's also probably no surprise to you that the fabric utilized in this quilt is Sunnyside by none other than Camille Ross Kelly. With all that information in mind, let's jump into making. One of the things I loved about this Block of the Month program was the fact that it came in those little individual packages, and all I had to do was cut smaller pieces of fabric, which if you have been around for honestly even any amount of time, you know that I hate cutting big pieces of fabric, so this format is just right up my alley. As with any quilting project, this one included cutting, sewing, and pressing. So you will see me doing those following things here. I just cut up my fabric and then pieced it together with that trusty 1/4 inch seam to make this beautiful block. I also went ahead and pressed everything nice and flat and beautiful, and that left me with my quilt top. Now I went ahead and put those remaining blocks on the quilt top, added my borders, and then packaged it up nicely to send off to my long arm quilter to have it quilted. And I chose a Baptist fan pantograph. I'm so excited to see how this looks. I'm also looking forward to the 2024 Fat Quarter Shop Designer Mystery Block of the Month series. I signed up for that one as well. It's a little bit outside of my comfort zone in terms of color and just overall design from what I have seen from the sneak peeks, but I generally like what Fat Quarter Shop puts together, so I'm excited to start on that one soon. And that is where the excitement ended. So I was completely expecting that I would get to put up this video when I got my quilt back and it was beautifully quilted and bound, and I could show you the final product that I was so excited about, and I don't have it. I don't know what happened to it, to be completely honest. I thought that I would try something a little bit new, and instead of taking it to my local UPS, which is right across the street from me, I would kill two birds with one stone and take it to USPS, which is a couple neighborhoods over in my urban area. I had something that had to be mailed via USPS, so I decided to take the quilt top with me, and also thought, hey, maybe I might save a couple dollars on mailing it and get both things off and good to go. I might have saved a couple dollars. I actually don't really feel like I did, so that's the first thing. Mailed it, and it has been about a month later, and I have no idea what happened to it. I have filed a missing package request with the Postal Service and don't know what's gonna happen. Fully expecting that my quilt might be gone for good. So what does this mean? Well, it means that my vision of what it was going to look like I need to set my expectations a little bit differently. I, moving forward, am just thinking about the fact that, you know what, I made it and it's done. And that's the end of it, and it's tragic, but it does happen. And moving forward, one, I will always ship via UPS. I will pay the extra insurance, and I will also make sure to never lose my tracking number. Also, I am so sorry. Please hold. And also, it's made me consider perhaps looking for a local long arm quilter. I love my long arm quilter that I mail to. Many of you know that I do live in an urban area and I don't have a car, so it does limit the things that I do in many ways. I always have to consider that trade-off, that cost-benefit analysis of, okay, well, if I go to something that isn't walkable or accessible by public transit, I have to consider the cost of what it would take to Uber there. And also there are some places that are just not really Uberable, and it's not worth that cost. So to me, paying $20, even $30 sometimes to ship something was a much better use of my time and money instead of Ubering and then Ubering back. So all that to say, I am thinking perhaps just for that peace of mind, I might try and see if I can find someone that I will go ahead and just pay the Uber to go see. But I don't, again, like, I love the business I ship to, so you know, we'll just see. But anyway, it's terrible. So if you learn anything from this experience and from me, it is to utilize a trusted shipment service, purchase the insurance, make sure you keep your tracking number, and have eyes and visibility into where it is. And maybe if you have something extra special, you know, this was certainly a quilt that I was looking forward to and I obviously spent a lot of time and money on, but was it like worst case scenario quilt? Was it like an heirloom? Was it something I was working on for a gift or something like that, something really special? It was not. So I guess if it had to happen, then, you know, maybe this was the quilt it could have happened to. But yeah, it's upsetting. And I wasn't really gonna even post this video, but one of my friends said, you know what, I think people need to see the reality and the challenge that sometimes comes along with all of the happiness of doing what you love, and this is one of those things. So yeah, a little bit of a sad ending to this one, but I will be sure to keep you updated if I do come to some sort of solution here and am maybe even able to get the quilt back. That would be awesome. But as I said before, I'm going to keep expectations low. That way, if something good happens, then it will be a delight instead of a disappointment. So with that, Thank you all for joining me today. Hopefully next video will be much happier. Actually, I think all of my videos are happier than this one. And I will see you next time here in Edie's craft room. Bye-bye.